You ready to do this?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Welcome to Sista With A Stutter. My name is Ariana, and I'm with my co-host Avery,
How
and
y'all
we're
doing?
gonna be discussing some topics about, you guessed it, stuttering.
About stuttering. Yes,
So
man.
let's get into it, my guy.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, I guess let's first start off with a little background about us. You know what I'm saying? So let's start with
hmm
you. Who are you? Who are you to me? And what is it that you do? What's the purpose that drives you every single day? You know?
So my name's Ariana again, and I am Avery's baby sister. I'm a person who stutters. I've been stuttering since I can talk, basically, from what I was told. Um, my mission in life is to get people to understand that nothing's wrong with stuttering.
hmm
Like, it's nothing's wrong with me. It's just something that happens to people.
hmm Just a
It is a
thing.
small, right.
Uh-huh.
It's just a thing. And there's like a small percentage of us that's only 1% of the people around the world who stutter.
hmm
So I guess my mission is to just like get people used to how to interact and communicate with people or individuals who stutter.
hmm hmm
Um, yeah, I think that's it. Just bringing out awareness and just making it through life.
But you're not gonna you're being very humble right now, you know. So I'm not gonna allow you to just kind of step over some things because you've accomplished a lot. You know, you've accomplished a lot. You have 2 degrees. You know, you have 2 degrees. So talk more about that.
So so yeah, school growing up hasn't been my strong suit.
hmm
I was always the shy person who never wanted to to speak out in front of the class because I thought I was gonna get made fun of. And if he had any like assignments that I would have to get up and speak, I would ask the teacher if I could come during lunch or after school or whenever to do those types of assignments. Um, and I guess that limited me on being more open with my feelings because I didn't want to get teased.
hmm
But with my family and friends and faith, I made it through school. I
hmm
graduated high school. I have 2 degrees, and I'm a teaching assistant at a school. So that's a plus for me because that's where I was like, nobody cares that I stutter.
hmm
Like
hmm
working at a school, you would think a teacher has to be fluent to teach a class, but they get me. Here I am. I've been in the system for 4 years, so it's just like I'm
hmm
trying not to let stuttering hold me back.
hmm
Um, yeah, so it's just putting myself out there more is where I'm trying to get there, and teaching has helped me do that, and to show people that you can still be you with this fluency.
hmm hmm And trust me, I've witnessed it firsthand. You know what I mean? Like you are seriously living a living testimony of just overcoming, you know what I mean? Just conquering, you know, and I know at times it was really challenging, you know, I mean, it was really tough for you, but, and, but with everything that was just thrown, you know, in your direction, you just kind of just jumped over it. You know, you just always found a way to succeed. And for that, I'm so grateful that you're my sister. You're my little sister. You're not so little anymore, but you'll always be my little sister. Now, I don't really know how to follow up that introduction, you know what I mean?
Hey,
But yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah. So my name is Avery. I am the big brother of Ariana. And honestly, man, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that just wants to do well in life. I'm happily married. I have children. I have a beautiful sister as well as other brothers and sisters too. We have a pretty big family. But I'm just a guy that's on a mission to make change in this world, and to really make a difference. And uh, and I'm just fortunate enough to have you in my life because that change started at home, in our home growing up and with our mom, So I'm just grateful and I'm just, proud to witness you on this journey, and I'm just happy to be here by your side, you know what I mean, the whole way through. So
I
I'm really,
appreciate that.
yeah, so I'm really excited about this, you know what I mean? And I think that this is something that can be revolutionary, you know what I mean? And
I
and
agree.
you're the perfect person for this, and you're a great leader. So I'm just honored and feel privileged that, you wanted me to be a co-host here. So let's do it. Let's spread awareness, and let's get rid of that stigma, let's end stigma around stuttering.
And
Let's do it.
stigma around
Around
stuttering.
stuttering. Let's do it. So where do you want to begin today? I know we literally can talk for hours, but
Hours.
yeah, for hours about stuttering and its impact, but let's just cover a few today, and let's just focus on let's focus on two main points because pre-production we kind of had a discussion over some things that we want to discuss, but I found that dating and issues in the workplace to be, a good starting point. So,
Right.
so how about we dive into it, and I'll let you take the lead for this. So let me ask you a question. Throughout your life and up to date, what kind of experiences have you had in the dating world, and what kind of impact has it had on you, whether it be positive or negative, due to the fact that you have a stutter?
Um, wow. So dating has been really, really hard because I don't want to be upfront about my stutter.
Hmm.
Um, because I don't want it to be like a turn off. Um, like, oh God, like she stutters, like I don't want to be around someone that stutters or whatever.
Hmm.
And when I do open up about me being a person who stutters, they're like, oh, okay. So they're just kind of like backing off.
Hmm.
And so with me, I once I meet someone, I kind of try to hide that I stutter. So I try to be more fluent, like
Hmm.
I am now. Like I'm just, it's like this is a rare moment that like I'm fluent.
Hmm.
So with with that, like I could easily pass as a, a fluent person. So when I get more comfortable around you, that's when the stuttering comes out.
Hmm.
And then that's when I'm scared of, oh, I don't want to be with her anymore because the stutter, and that will make me look bad as a
Hmm.
person, as a couple.
Hmm.
And how would that look? But I know so many people who are dating who one partner stutters and the other doesn't.
Hmm.
And I see like, how can they be in a relationship if they stutter, but here I am trying and struggling to find someone who will like accept me for who I am.
Right.
Um, it's difficult to 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 find someone who's more accepting of, yes, I stuttered. This is who I am. This is the package that you'll receive. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can accept it or we can move on and go our separate ways.
That's right. You better tell them. Tell them. I like that. Well, good. So you just said something. So you said that when you're around someone for a longer period of time, that you get more comfortable with them, and because you get more comfortable, you start to stutter more.
Hmm.
I was always under the impression that you stutter less when you're comfortable. So explain that to me and our audience on why that happens to you, or possibly even
Be-
others.
because I think we're less, or with me, I'm less tense. And with me being less tense, I, it, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just, I don't have to think about trying to not stutter.
I got you.
So, right. So with me being comfortable, like around you, I tend to stutter more. Or when I'm with our mom or grandparents, I tend to stutter more because I'm more relaxed and I'm not trying to think about to not stutter.
Right,
But
right.
when I mean, so I knew I'm thinking, please don't stutter, please don't like just
Uh-huh.
hold it in, be more fluent. And
Hmm.
then once once I know you for like a longer period of time to get more comfortable with you, that's when it comes out,
Hmm.
the stutter. It could be different person to person. I know when people get nervous with the first time they meet, they stutter more.
Hmm.
And then once they get comfortable, that's when they ease up. But
Hmm.
it depends on the person and the situation that they're in and all that stuff. So
I got you. I got you. And I'm sure, like for you, I'm sure that's like that can be exhausting at times to to even have to, you know, think about that. You know what I mean? Like think about having to not mess up. You know what I mean? I'm sure
right,
that can take a toll mentally. You know what I mean?
right. It's mentally and physically exhausting. It
Right.
really is. Like after a day of work, I'm like, I just want to go home and go to bed because I'm just like, I'm just so burnt out mentally that I'm just over the day and I just wanted it to be over.
Hmm. So, like as an outsider, as a person who doesn't stutter, well, occasionally I do stutter, but for the most part I don't. I just think that people just need to mind their own business. Uh,
I
B,
agree.
people need to be kind. You know what I mean? Just don't, you know, just don't be mean. There's no reason to be mean just because someone is different. You know what I mean? And, and, and C, I just think people need to have more patience. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
even with you, like when we were younger, I would sometimes get frustrated, with you because I would be like, man, like I wish this would happen faster. But the more that we grow and, and the wiser that we became, I just realized that patience really is a virtue. So,
It
and not
is.
only with you, I mean, even with non-stuttering people, you know what I mean? Like even with a person that just goes on and on and on, around in circles about a point, the old me,
Right.
the younger me would be like, just get to the point, like just get to it. But, I understand that like the thinking process is, it's a creative process, you know what I mean? So, and everyone creates differently. So, now I'm at a point to where I tend to just give people patience, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I'll give you time to explain yourself, and I think everyone should do the same because there is nothing more rude than cutting someone off, especially before
Right.
they're able to finish their point, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's like you don't know what we're going to say.
Hmm.
So we have a thing in the Southern community where we say don't finish our sentences.
Uh,
Be patient. You don't know the words that we're trying to say. Like people probably say, I would say, hey, I would like a spaghetti for dinner, but you might think before I get done, oh, which one's a salmon for dinner.
hmm.
So I'm like, no, that's not what I want, and that's
Yeah.
not what I was going to say. So
Hmm.
just be patient, and I mean, finish what I was going to say, and then we can go on from there. It'll
Hmm.
take me 5 extra seconds to say the word, and you can wait that 5 seconds. Like if
Right.
you have nothing else like important to do for that 5 seconds.
Right.
So don't finish our sentence. Just just be patient, be kind. Um, it's not in a way something we can control.
Hmm.
Some people can, and some people have gotten over their stutter, but some people are having a harder time, like me, where I've gone to speech therapy and I've done exercises and it's nothing has, like, nothing's been working.
Hmm.
But just listen, be kind, wait, be patient, don't finish our sentences. Just understand that it will take 5 seconds extra of your time to get out what we have to say.
Well said. Well said. Well said. So let's dive into our next topic, and this one really is important for the world to know, because having a job is a necessity. Being able to
Yeah,
make money and to live comfortably and to be able to handle all of your expenses is a necessity. You know what I mean? And I don't think that a person with a stutter should be deprived of an opportunity to live comfortably. You know what I mean?
right.
So let's talk about stuttering in the workplace and how it is, it has affected you and how it has affected others that you may know who also stutter.
So, yeah, so finding a job as a person who stutters is difficult. Because you know on applications they ask if you have a disability and then they list all the disabilities that's like the normal disability
Hmm.
and stuttering isn't on that. So we're at the point where do we consider stuttering as a disability or not?
Hmm.
Like, do we mark that on an application or do we just go on and skip that? And if we do get an interview, come out front and say, hey, I'm a person who stutters.
Hmm.
Um, and with me, I've never been the person to ever say out front in an interview, hey, I'm a person who stutters.
Hmm.
I'll just go in and if I stutter, I stutter. And
Hmm.
then if I get the job, fantastic. If I don't, I'll be disappointed, yes. But I'm like, we have the same abilities as anybody else. Like, we have the same qualifications that a fluent person has, a person who doesn't stutter have. But you're, I guess, discriminating me because I stutter and you don't want that for your business.
Hmm.
And most jobs will say, yes, because you stutter, you're not capable of being in this position because you'll be on the phone majority of the time or you'll be talking to customers majority of the time. And we don't want our customers or our management people to say, oh, she's not qualified for this job because of the stutter.
Hmm.
So we're going to pass on you and go with the person who is fluent.
Hmm.
So you can say people who stutter have the hardest time of finding a job.
Hmm.
My first job was at Target, and the Equal Opportunity Act. Everybody gets a chance at working. And Target did show that they had people with multiple disabilities working there, and they accepted me as as me and for my stutter. And I appreciated that because I was talking to customers, I was checking them out, I was working at guest service, I was assisting people, and they do get those people where they're like, are you okay? Or are you cold? Or whatever. And then you just kind of have to either ignore it or just say, hey, I stutter, so this is what it is. But Target gave me the opportunity to actually open up and be who I am now because before that I would not have been in any customer service position because I was afraid that I would get laughed at or get teased by a customer or an employer or
Mm-hmm.
whomever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
But after that Target, I've gone on to be a substitute teacher, and that's when I was terrified. When I interviewed, I was like, oh my goodness, what if they think that she won't be able to do a job because the students won't understand the directions that she's giving them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not fluent enough, and the students will not understand what's going on during that time period in
Mm-hmm.
class. But once they hired me, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm amazed that these students do not care at all that I stutter. And
That's
it's
cool.
amazing that from when I was growing up to now, times have changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And just to have that positive moment and just to like encouragement, it's fantastic. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do have people who will come up and ask, "Hey, do you stutter?" And I would like, "Yeah, I do stutter. Thanks for asking." Like that's like I'm glad you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you'll have those people where they'll just be like, you don't know what you're talking about, and then just walk away, you know. But I guess it depends on the person and the job and where you're where you are in your journey to accepting your stutter. Um, honestly, I'm not brave enough to tell them out front that I'm a person who stutters. Um, I will go into if I get that interview, I'll go into it and just hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm proud of myself for this, but recently on a job application, it was for a front desk at a school,
Mm-hmm.
and you know I have to answer phone calls and talk to parents and students, and the first thing I put was I'm a person who stutters, but I am still capable of doing this job.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me an email back saying you moved on to the second part of the interview. And I was like, I could get used to this. This is like if I just start off with that, they're like, oh, okay, she stutters. Who cares? Let's move on to the next part of the interview because she has the qualifications as anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, that was well said. You know, I feel like some people, some employers equate uh having a stutter to not being capable to perform a job well. And that
Right.
couldn't be further from the truth because most jobs thrive on communication, whether,
Right.
verbal communication. And just because you have a stutter does not mean that you can't eloquently get your point across. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's just that goes back to what I said earlier, having patience. People really should practice having patience and compassion and understanding. You know what I mean? Like you can get a job wherever you want to get a job at, as long as you're able to perform the duties and excel in whatever role that may be. But I think
Yeah.
you're fit to thrive wherever you are and to succeed with flying colors. And uh and I just want to let you know that ultimately I would love to work with you. You know what I mean? So we can build together and that one day, we can just look back at this and say, you know what, we really didn't, have to go through all of that. You know what I mean? You have to go through
Right.
all of the politics and everything like that. One day we're gonna make our own path, and I'm proud of that. But I think this was a really, really good conversation. And I think it was long overdue, honestly. I feel like we should have had this conversation like years ago, but
I agree.
yeah, but here we are now, and I really hope for, our audience, our fans and supporters. I really hope that they're able to learn, something new today, and to really embrace stutterers, and just help be a change and make a change in our world today. You know what I mean?
I
Uh,
agree.
let's assist in taking off the burden for stutterers. Let's not make stutterers feel less than or belittle them in any other way, because ultimately they're just individuals just like we are. We are the same. So I
Yes.
really appreciated this podcast today. This was a great first episode. This is our first episode, episode one. We'll come up with a episode title later on, but I'm just glad that we got this
Yes.
done. So do you have any last words you want to say before we sign off?
So if you have any questions, comments, anything, please email me or text me. I'll add it to the link somehow in the bio. And we will be happy to answer the questions and comments to the best of our abilities. And then, yeah, this has been an exciting first episode, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we decided to do this now.
Mhm.
Better late than never.
Then never. Better
So
late than never. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, cool, Ari. Man, I love you. I'm proud of you. So let's keep this up. Let's keep it going. And we'll be back next week.
we'll be back next week.
All right, girl. I'll see you.
See you.
All right, peace.